Hey, Sean McBride with the Droning Company, coming and talking to our friends at Dronesense, kind of seeing the lay of the land of what they're doing with what's coming up with their new stuff, anything new happening, everything, all of that. But I'm with Mike, my man. I know we've known each other for way too long.
Way too long.
Yes.
So many good times and memories. Appreciate it, John.
Yeah,
Great seeing you out here at the ranch again.
Absolutely. So here we are at the ranch, hanging out. You're doing some stuff. I noticed I watched a demo this morning with Dronesense running and just pumping all that information back to the command center. So very awesome.
Very exciting. And coming out here and just working with a variety of manufacturers and just showing situational awareness in a state that, we're founded in Austin. We're an Austin-based company, and we support a lot of agencies around Texas. So this is, really a good time to come and interact with agencies and show exactly, to your point, what's on the roadmap and what we're working on.
So what is it that you're working on? What are kind of the new things? I mean, you've got lots cooking with, DJI and Autel, and you've always been kind of doing those things, but what kind of other new things are you working on?
Great question. Right now we're in the midst of releasing DFR, so that's drone as a first responder. We're doing a lot of work in that area, and that's teleoperation and sending drones to locations autonomously. Primary one here is computer-aided dispatch calls and just sending these out to 911 calls.
That's
so we're all in on that technology. We've been working with DJI here behind us and their dock solutions.
Speaking of the dock, they do have a little bit of software that they make themselves.
They do, DJI Flight Hub.
Yes, so they use the Flight Hub, but you have a version that works with their dock.
Correct.
That then incorporates all of the other systems as well, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So the beauty there is we work with the SDK, or the software development kit, from the manufacturers. Now what we're able to do is actually bypass their software and use an American software to store the data, the telemetry, and all the logs are stored locally in the US on an Amazon server, and able to utilize incredible technology that's out there.
That's great. So speaking of that data thing, so recently we had released a series of articles that was kind of pushing against that, this DJI ban, specifically DJI, but the idea that, or the concept that probably how many of your users do you think your user base is DJI? What's your best guess? Like 50%, 80%?
Higher, north of 50, probably south of 80, but right around there. I mean, a good chunk, and this is just the public safety community at large.
Yeah.
If you were to look at the public safety community at large and what percentage of public safety is utilizing DJI or Autel or non-NDAA compliance systems, it's probably 80 to 90%.
Wow. So it would be a huge impact if something like this were to push through, that you wouldn't be able to give or provide exactly all these things that you do now, So who are the non-Chinese manufacturers that you work with? Is there?
So quite a few. So one is Parrot. Parrot has worked with us. We have an open SDK with Parrot, back to the software development kit. So we have a mobile application to fly the Parrot system. When you're flying in Dronesense, a Parrot Anafi, it's just like flying a DJI Mavic from the UI UX perspective. So we're also in the process of releasing Copilot, which is Dronesense's solution for Mavlink aircrafts or a lot of the NDAA compliance systems. And what we're able to do with Copilot is actually run in the background, grab live telemetry, grab live video, and ingest that into the Dronesense ecosystem our agencies are used to.
So do you think that the dynamics of this anti-Chinese ban and all that other stuff, do you think we're going to be able to escalate out of that as far as Dronesense is concerned? This might, again, slow down some of the use cases. Some people might cancel their subscriptions with you because they can't buy any more equipment. Do you think that's really going to have a huge impact in the short, long, or we're just going to keep doing what you guys do and just make what you can with who you can?
I mean, we're gonna continue to power on supporting those aircrafts, but if it's the industry and it's the industry numbers, and we look at Florida and what's happened in Florida and agencies. I mean, Florida was leading the country in some of their deployments, maybe second behind Texas over here.
Sure.
But Florida was a leader in the country in unmanned systems, and then that China ban has set agencies with 25 to 30 aircrafts. Now they've got 5 or 6 that they can afford.
Sure.
They're not able to go out and do all of the same scenarios and same type of missions they were with some of these systems. So just less capable sensors. So, on Dronesense's side, concerned, but we're coming out with solutions. We're going to evolve for those means, but we're more concerned about our customers in agencies to go out and fulfill their mission.
Sure.
And what might come of that. So one other point I do want to make, and we work with a lot of agencies on business is our security. And you know what Dronesense is at its core. We're SOC 2 compliant. It's stored on Amazon servers here in the U.S. Security means a lot to us.
Sure.
So we have a lot of security documentation. We're happy to work with agencies to work with their IT teams and just better educate.
Sure.
A lot of this is on education, and the work that you all are doing on education and pushing this out there is amazing.
That's the hardest part, is actually understanding the technology itself, what you're capable of protecting yourself from, and your own SOPs that you do. And then when you have somebody like Dronesense helping with that as well, that you can then kind of combat some of those, you know, I hate to say it, ignorant people that are uneducated. They just don't know. But they're the ones making the laws, you know, and unfortunately we've got to kind of cull that down and get people like you and others and companies involved. So we do have an alpha back here, the new Autel Alpha. You guys going to be making something cool for that? Is that it, hopefully the
Exactly,
plan?
and Autel put on an amazing demonstration this morning, and we're running Copilot on the Alpha here. So on the Alpha, on the Dragonfish, you know, these are systems with sophisticated SDKs that we haven't dove into just yet.
Totally. I mean, even with the Dragonfish, you know, knowing that, like, trying to operate the Dragonfish and fly that from Dronesense specific, we have our guy, you know, that does outputs the Dronesense, not utilizing the normal channel in which you guys create, but, you know, still supporting it nonetheless. So great stuff.
Big times. Yeah, Copilot's almost, you know, not just the Mavlink aircrafts, but also some of the DJI systems. So that's a solution for the Avata, which is heavily used by tactical communities and just stellar at what it's able to do. With Copilot, we're able to run into the background and now stream those in the Dronesense, just like the DJI M30 here.
Yeah.
And that's with no SDK running. So it's a similar approach with the Mavlink aircrafts.
Cool stuff.
We're going to start grabbing more of that.
What are your thoughts on trying to not just only do public safety, but, you know, we do have a lot of the droning company people that kind of, they're just normal service providers. Like what is it? Is there any, you know, kind of idea, like how we can squeeze Dronesense capabilities into some of maybe what they do? Maybe it's like coordinated, you know, flights for doing a cinema or a show, or just kind of, is it maybe could be used as a catalog of their flights overall, you know, things like that. Is there anything that's helpful in that space that might be?
Big time. And, you know, as we're pushing into 2024 and beyond with DFR and these drone-in-a-box solutions, this is really going to be kind of a ticket in an additional vertical. So at its core, Dronesense, we've been hyper-focused on public safety. As a company, as a mission, as a solution provider, everything we've built out is for public safety, and it's allowed us to really home in on certain applications that are unique to this vertical. As far as getting outside, I mean, one of our favorite customers is out hunting Bigfoot with Dronesense, and now the ability to stream, have some additional eyes on, and they've seen the value. They're using ATAC to go out and hunt Bigfoot. Now some of our integrations there are like, this is the tool that we need to help us out. So some of those come across all the time. It's really interesting.
I bet it is.
We'd love to talk to anybody.
I wouldn't think of that. You know, there was this one time I did go out and look for Bigfoot with a Dragonfish, but, you know, I wasn't using Dronesense. So, well, apparently I found him. He was running somewhere. So, well, I mean, I'm really excited for you guys, and kind of, again, you know, kind of showing up at events like this. We do need more of them. We are, you know, hanging out at the Texas Robotics Summit, as mentioned, and we'll happy to, you know, again, get all my good friends that are kind of telling us a little bit more, helping droning company initiatives and kind of showing some things that are still out there working and doing that stuff. So you're one of the family, man.
I appreciate you, all you've done for the industry, continue to do, and just everything you're doing at Droning Company. Keep it up. Keep educating, keep pushing, and fighting the good fight.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Okay. You got it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and on to the next video.